Hey guys, today we're going to be doing something a little bit different from my usual content. The other day I tried to stream over on Twitch a painting. Things went not great, not going to get into that, but I didn't want to just give up on it exactly. Like, obviously I gave up on it in the sense of what I was doing, but I found out that it's easier for me to record painting than it is for me to stream it. So we're going to not necessarily do the exact painting I was going to do, but do a painting nonetheless. So I've got a picture that I want to use for reference. A friend of mine took this, and it is a very beautiful picture. I'll show it at the end after I have finished the painting itself. Now let's get to the colors we'll be using. Titanium white. Just need a little bit of that. We've got gray. It's going to be one of our primary colors here. We've got light blue violet, which to me looks like periwinkle. I haven't even taken the plastic off. Hold on. This will be one of our other primary colors. So we'll get more of that than pretty much anything. We've got sky blue. Just need a wee little bit of that. More than the white, but less than the other two. You know, I was just looking at the picture. I thought we needed some burnt umber, but there's absolutely no brown of any shade, so we'll set that aside. We've got vermilion. I could have done this with a light orange, but I think the way some colors are going to have to mix, that's the best option. And finally, we've got some Naples yellow. And any color we need from there, we can just mix, because it's easy. Alright, we'll start with the background, which is a little bit of the blue and a little bit of white. Yeah, that is exactly what I need. So we will go up here and just make a little bit more real quick. Probably should have gotten my enormous brush for this, especially since I paint in a very Bob Ross style, but I forgot to get the big brush, so we're just going to do it with the regular. If we have to mix a couple different batches of the blue, we will. I want to bring it down to about here, so we'll just mark it off like this. Now, it's like Bob Ross says, you can use any brush to paint anything. I mean, I've got big, clumsy hands, so I wouldn't trust a very big brush to do, some things, but, a lot of the paintings I've done with large or medium brushes. I think I've got one that I did with one of those spongy brushes. Like, I don't think I used any other brush with that one. And I could be wrong. I'm not known to have very good memory, but that's a me problem. I'm not going to bore you with that. Yeah, this would definitely not be such a long process here as it is if I was using the right brush. I think the part of the painting that should take the longest is the main stuff. Everything in the foreground, but this is literally just a background. Well, I'm already out of white, so I certainly didn't get enough of that in the palette. But we'll just wait until we actually need that to refill. Almost done with the first part of the background. Alright, the second part, we're going to need some gray, some of the periwinkle, a wee little bit of the sky blue. I want to kind of make almost a blue-gray, kind of granite-ish. Granite-y. It looks like almost blue granite, whatever. So we've got that. And that's just going to be the entire lower bit of the canvas. If one color or another didn't mix properly, that's alright, because, well, it's just got a lot of different colors. The picture I'm using for reference has a lot of different colors to go by. So, I'm not trying to get it spot on, but I definitely want it to be noticeable what I'm referencing. I need to make a little bit more of that color. I'm sorry the camera keeps rocking. I keep hitting it with my hand. Don't have a lot of room. I thought this would work a little bit better, but not quite. Pretty close, but not quite. I don't know where to set my wet brushes, so I'll just use a plate. Don't know where to set the plate. Guess I'll set it on top of the paint. Or knock the bottles of paint over. There we go. Alright, now we're going to do some of the sky blue and some gray. Try to make some distant, almost choppy waters. Needs more gray. Yeah, there we go. And this just goes along the middle. Alright, we need a little bit of white, so let me grab that. Try to grab that. Trying to do it one-handed. There it is. Shake it a little bit. Put it in the palette, and good to go. Some nice waters out in the distance. Just see the crest of some waves. And now up here on the shoreline, we'll just have some more of that foam coming in from the waves. A little bit of gray topped with some white. And for anyone that wants to see this painting in a non-video format, I'll be posting it on my community page. I think I have access to that. I don't know if that's like based on the number of subscribers or what. So if you want to see it, check my community page. If I can't post it there, leave a comment with some way I can send you a picture of it, and I will. Oh, I remember why I brought the burnt umber. There's nothing brown, but I do have some spots that are a little bit darker than the gray would let me do, so as soon as I finish this up, I'll grab the burnt umber and make the spots in the sand. I don't know if this was taken at sunrise or sunset, but it is a very beautiful picture. I will also put that in the community post too. Again, that's assuming I actually have access to my community page. I don't know. That feels like too new of a feature for me to understand too good. So we'll just pretend I know what I'm talking about until I'm proven right or wrong. Alright, now get a little bit of the burnt umber. Mix it with some gray so it's not too dark, but not too light either. A little bit of that blue. What I'm trying to do is match the bottom color on the canvas, but darker. This is the only way I can figure to do it, so we'll see. And we just need to kind of tap on some shadows. So it seems like it's still too dark, so I'm going to have to dry brush a little bit of the color I used for sand over top of that. Say dry brush, but this is probably still good enough. I feel like this was a sunrise. I don't know, for some reason that makes more sense to me. Sunset's beautiful, but there's something about sunrise that just, you can usually tell the difference. And this definitely feels more like a sunrise. So now we've got the darker spots in the sand. We'll go back up to the clouds. I need to get some more gray on my palette, so let me take a second to do that. Put a nice fat little cloud right over here. Just realized you can't see the cloud. Let me try to adjust. Yeah. Nice fat little cloud right over here. Need a little bit, now I need yellow, not white. Grab some of that yellow, mix it in with some gray. Some clouds just over the horizon. Some larger cloud right here. And now we'll put the sun coming through the clouds. We'll just start with a big spot of vermilion. And then kind of lightly go over it with a mix of gray, vermilion, and yellow. So it kind of blends better. I should do that with a new brush just because. We'll do that, then we'll put a little bit more gray over it so it's just coming through the clouds instead of looks like it's on this side of the clouds. That would be terrifying to see. Now, the cool thing is, in this photograph, the sun is reflecting in the water. And the way I learned it from Bob Ross is you just take a dry brush and pull it down, pull whatever's reflecting down into the water, like this. I do believe my paint is a little thick, so I'm gonna have to go over part of that. Still just do that. And a little bit of sky blue up at the top, just coming around the clouds. The reason I'm doing it like that instead of as part of the background is because I kind of want it as part of the background and part of the foreground. Like, the sky is brighter in some spots than others because of where it's brighter. Then let me double check. It looks like there are some birds down at the shoreline, so let's just make a couple of bird-like shapes. They don't have to be perfect, they just have to be birds. Let's put one a little further out too. That one got a little bit adventurous. It's like, hey, look at me, I wanted to run into the ocean. And the ones closer up are like, no, that's not for us. They're the smart ones. I am not a fan of the ocean. So I want to take a little more of this and like have it on the surface of the water just like it would be naturally. And if you like what I'm doing here today, let me know, and maybe I can do some more painting videos at some point. And if you want to see more of the paintings I've done in the past, let me know about that too, and I'll put those in the community section. Again, assuming that's something I can do without a lot of followers. I think I'm at 15 followers now, which, considering I've had this account going for years, is kind of pitiful, but you know what? I'm not active, so I don't really expect anyone to want to stick around. So I'm surprised 15 of you have. And if there are more than 15 of you, even better. I'll take that, you know? I don't mind being wrong if it's in a good way. And, you know, somehow I am well over 15 by the time you see this. Yeah, this was back when I was at 15 followers. Thank you for being here, however far in the future you see this. A few weeks, a few years, doesn't matter. Just know that I appreciate that you're here. I appreciate all of my followers. A little bit of glow around these. The sun glows everywhere. Boy, this time of year, that is not a good thing. Way too hot. So, here we are. There's the painting. And here is the picture it was based on. Let me turn my light off so you can see it better. And I will have a picture of both of these in the community section. Let's finish this one off by putting my signature on it. Down here at the bottom. What is today? Today is the 23rd. So 7. 7. 23. 25. And again, I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for watching what I did. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this. Let me know if you want to see more of my paintings. And I'll catch you next time. I came in at under just a half an hour, just like Bob Ross. I don't know where to watch The Joy of Painting. I don't remember where I was watching it. But if you want to see someone that is actually good at painting, try to watch Bob Ross. He was great. Catch you next time.